And good evening, good afternoon, or indeed good morning. Please delete as appropriate. We are back, well I am, back again in Train Sim World number 5 for a brand new route. This time it's Preston to Carlisle, the West Coast Main Line, or WCML. We're going to be taking a pacer from Carnforth to Preston, and then a Class 87 from Preston to Carlisle, and then maybe another little pacer from Morecambe to Lancaster. We will see what time we get. If this goes out on the, I'm sure it will, on the YouTubes, then hello, how you doing? Are you okay? Sit back, relax. This is going to be an interesting one. There'll be links in the description below to where you can get the route. Hopefully there'll be a link by the time this goes out on YouTube. There isn't currently. There'll be a link down there to the Twitch page where you can watch me live on the Twitchy doing all sorts of things, including this. And a link down there to the server of the Discord variety as well. A good evening then to Aaron, to Colin, to JP, to Harry, and to Rich T. Yes, so we're going to do the bits of Preston to Carlisle. So we'll show you initially what comes with it. The main train, I suppose, is the Class 87. The electric loco that is hauling passenger services from Preston to Carlisle. We're going to jump into that later. If you've got Blackpool branches, you will get routes for the pacer. If not, you'll get routes for the 101. And you've also got some Class 47 and stuff in there, some steamy stuff and some shuntery type stuff. But we're going to start with the Blackpool branches train anyway. We're going to go the 742 from Carnforth to Preston. So then we're going to jump in the 87, go Preston to Carlisle, and then we're going to do the Morecambe to Lancaster. So at the end, so we'll finish off with some pacer stuff at the end. I'm not going to have this weather set there. We'll have the weather set summary. Because, well, summer in the UK, it's going to be lovely, isn't it? He says. We're going to drive it. So get ourselves some pacer action. Flix train. Need to do some more German stuff. Definitely has to be a thing, I think. Obviously not now, because we've got this. Right. Let's give it some volumes. Okay, unlock doors, reverser into forward. We'll open the window. We'll open that window. We'll unlock doors on this side because unlocking on the other side would just be stupid. Destination light on. We will have the lights on ahead. And then we should be good. Hi, Trent. Right, we haven't got a thing, so can we change? Is there a destination thingy? Special, Liverpool, Manchester, Leeds, Huddersfield, Blackpool, Ormskirk, Preston. Hang on, Preston. Hang on, we've gone too far with the Prestons. Preston, there we go. So currently at Carnforth. We're stopping at Lancaster. We'll also be stopping later on. And then Preston, so not many of the stops, so should arrive in Preston 8:22. That was it was Preston. I think it might be Preston. So we'll be coming back to Lancaster later. If I was professional and I'd have planned this, what I could have done is done Carnforth to Lancaster, done Lancaster to Morecambe and back to Lancaster, then done Lancaster to Preston, then bring Preston to Carlisle. But I've only just thought of it, so I'm not doing that. I haven't looked at the timetable that much in advance. That would be far too organised. Yeah, hopefully stopping at Preston. Any runs from the depot? Well, look, we'll do this one and I'll show you some of the timetable stuff. See what we've got for each one. We'll get this one out of the way first. Before we get in the 87, because that's an hour and a half run. Doors are locking. Don't you buzz at me. Right, brakes. Off. Right, 5.8 miles to Lancaster. Into Pesa. No announcement.
The next stop is Solwick.
No, it's not. No, we're going to Lancaster.
We'll shortly be arriving at Solwick.
We're not going to be arriving at Solwick. Yeah, a bit of an issue there, isn't there? So yeah, it's electrocuted, although we're not. It seems to be a bit lost, yeah.
The next station stop is Solwick.
I like it's a bit louder. Quite like that, because it was always quite quiet. Right, let's give it a little bit of the beans. We've got a 110 limit coming up. I don't think we're going to be doing that in a pacer somehow. You wait till we get to the 87 with its step change. That's, yeah. In that livery over there. I'll say that sounds diesely, but it's not. It's that one. Hi, Stokey. Right, let's get a bit more beans. So yeah, so you do get the 101. You get the pacer with this route if you've got Blackpool branches. And there is a route hop between Preston and Blackpool branches. So technically you could do the hour-and-a-half run from Carlisle to Preston, route hop, and do the Blackpool bit. I'll show you the map. So that's the bit we're doing. And we're coming down here to Carnforth. And you got all the way down there. And all the way up there. I do like the gear change on this thing. So yeah, as a route then, say that the Class 87 stopping service from Preston to Carlisle is an hour and a half. So it is good that we're getting longer runs. I see a train. I think I see a train. That could be a train. There might be a train. Is that a train? I think it could be. Is it a 101? It is. I do like the 101. It's the gear change. Oh, let's give it all the beans. There we go. Right, so 4 miles to Lancaster, then it's a non-stop run to Preston. And that's flat out. But more pacer is always good. We like a bit of pacer. Yeah, there was some confusion when I first jumped in the 87, which it does tell you in the tutorial. So if I'd done the train training on the train, doing the training in the train to train me how to drive the train by doing the training, I would have known. But literally got in it the first time, did the normal thing of key in, into forward, brakes off, power on, nothing. There's a little switch. Which it does tell you in the training, so do the training. And it takes some getting used to with the whole step change thing. I haven't tried it with, oh God, I haven't tried it with my throttles. I don't know how it's going to work with my throttles. Oh, that's going to be interesting. I've only tried it on keyboard and controller. Oh dear. Okay, I'd go and get popcorn for about half an hour's time. This may be a longer stream. It may take us a while to get to Carlisle. Right, so flat out in a pacer towards Lancaster. We've got a 100 limit coming up and then a 95 limit. Oh God, we've got a red. Okay. Let's do a little bit of the slowlying then. Hopefully the red stops being a red. Oh God, that's bouncy. Bouncy, bouncy. Alright, there's our single yellow. So the next one is and red. And you can tell that by the way that it's a red. Come on, we're only a mile out of Lancaster. You can let me go. Let it go, let it go. It's not going to, is it? It's going to make me stop. Do I want to build a snowman? No. Right. Well, looks like I'm good into the station now. Have I got a what do you honestly think my house would contain a carrot, apart from the ones in the jars with the petit pois? There are no fresh carrots in this house. Damn the person who ever brings a carrot into this house. You will not be allowed across my threshold with a carrot. How dare you, sir? Okay, into Lancaster, where the bombers were made. It's like some sort of cathedral-y type thing up there. I'd almost say it was a cathedral. With its cathedralness. Hang on.
The next stop is Solwick.
No, the next stop isn't Solwick. The next stop is Lancaster. Wonder what it's going to do when I get to Lancaster. Is it going to go the next stop is Solwick? I'm guessing the announcery things don't work on this route yet. I am in a pre-production version. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now riding out Lancaster. Only about a minute late as well. It's not bad for me. So the plan is when I get to Preston, I'm actually going to wait for the service that I want to drive to come in. So there may be a little bit of time speeding up. I'm not going to go back to the menu. So we've got to do the thing of finding it on the board and then waiting. Because it should be the... I've written it down and everything. The 8:53 to Carlisle. Right, camera collisions, thank you. Hang on, we've got to wait here till 7:58. That's many of the minutes. In that case. Hello, people. That looks so comfortable. I don't think. I think it'd be interesting to go on one of these, just to, with these seats, just to see how uncomfortable it actually was. Oh my god! A dog, I think. We haven't got a baldy. There are no... What is going on with your hair? I'm sorry, but... I know it's the 80s and everything, but... Okay. That's pretty much how I look now. That's... Oh dear, do I still dress like a... No. Okay, let me just go outside. Come outside. So yes, going to Preston, platform 4, expected 7:59. But we're here. It's not... Oh, it's because we arrived a minute late. Well, we're not going to depart late, are we? We're going to depart on time, even though we arrived a minute late, because you made me stand here, well, sit, walking about... You made me stop here for like 3 minutes. I remember these CRT screens at train stations where inevitably you got screen burn because the same image was on the screen a lot of the time. The one to Euston's on time. The 8:43. Not very many trains coming through Lancaster, are there? Hello. Can I go in the coffee shop? Can I get a coffee? Hello. I'd like a coffee, please. You haven't got much for sale, have you? You've got... I've eaten a mint snack. Oh, for God's sake. You've got a slightly eaten mint snack. You've got some Turkish delight. I don't mind that. And but you've got... Oh, you got some things down here. God, it's like grocery store sim. Like 12 different types of beer. And there's no one... What's wrong with your coffee shop? Why is there no one in it? Nothing. Okay, I'm going to go now. Got a little pork pie. And who just goes into a coffee shop and says, can I have one of those little tiny bread rolls, please? And a pork pie. Okay, right, we'll get going then. Oh, my door's... Hang on, I've walked into my door. Bear with me. We will shortly be departing. Oh, we got no announcement. Oh, so we haven't left yet. When we leave, we'll see what the announcery thing says. Wait until 7:58 and 0 seconds. Right, 21 miles now to Preston.
The next station stop is Preston, where this train terminates.
That's right. But he didn't recognise Lancaster. Right, we've got 10-mile-an-hour limit as we depart. So we're leaving Lancaster behind. I'm slowing down. What's that strange mark on the map? bit to Preston. So you got to, just before the next green, there's like where a station symbol would be. Don't know what that is. On the line map thing at the top, between the 75 and the green, which you're just about to get to now. So before this green signal. Oh, happy days. Siding? Could be siding. Right, anyway, right. Throttle all the way back to max. We've gone max. And that's where it's going to sit now for the next 20 miles. 110 in a minute. Do they not realise I'm in, and pacer? Super max, yeah. Super match game, super match game, super match game. Are you going to change up? There we are. So yeah, if you just joined, we're doing Carnforth to Preston in, well, the pacer. Then we're going to be doing Preston to Carlisle in the Class 87. And then we're going to do Morecambe to Lancaster in the pacer. So we've done all bits of the route. Yeah, he was doing this at the weekend and just put the controller down. Because the train was just like flat out for literally 20 minutes now. But, it takes a little bit of time to get up to speed, and we don't mind that in a pacer. Hi, Nico. So, the only thing we might have... Well, I can't see us catching anything up in front of us. I think we're likely to get caught up, but that won't really affect us. I'm doing okay. So unless hang on, we got a yellow. But unless there's something slower than us on the line, so a 101 potentially. Which we might catch up. Yeah, could be freight actually. I love how bouncy this is. The 87's quite bouncy as well. So our maximum speed on this should be 75 miles an hour. Wow-ish. It could be a hand car, yeah. Which we're still not catching up. Yeah. Those bales need picking up. 75 but going faster. Well, yeah. Only just. On a flat grade. So yeah, it's quite a nice route. I will give it that. We'll see more of it obviously when we do the Preston to Carlisle bit and in the 87. The 87 is, not wanting to spoil it, really well modelled. Really well modelled. It's step change, which I'm not a fan of, and as we'll see, I can't operate. So it's going to be an interesting trip between Preston and Carlisle. I think the route would get more interesting in a similar way to West Coast Main Line South, is when someone tweaks the timetable, because I don't know if this is a full timetable, and maybe if someone gives us maybe some more modern stuff on the timetable. I think even a full timetable would make a difference, because the lines are, the amount of life we got in West Coast Main Line South, having a full timetable made such a difference. Obviously tomorrow night we're doing 5 Circle, but not with the full timetable, because we're doing the 11 branch. So when that gets converted over, then that's going to be an awesome route. You only get the pacer on this route if you've got Blackpool branches. You get the 101 if you haven't, which is still a cool train. It's the one with the manual gearbox. So yeah, I do like the route. It's one of those routes that if you don't want to do a commuter thing, it's good because you've got these long gaps, and the 87 service has long gaps between the stops. Yeah, so our train departs, the 87 departs at 8:53. We're going to arrive at 8:22, so I'm not going to sit around for half an hour. So we'll do the whole God mode thing and speed the time up. When we get there, we'll see if we can get that full run done, and then see if we can do the Morecambe to Lancaster, which is about 12 minutes. How do you get God mode? It is a mod, which we will be using. I don't know if we are using tomorrow. Yes, we need to speed the time up. Yeah, so we do 5. We're doing both bits of the 5 Circle line tomorrow, and we need to wait for a service to come in, so there will be a little bit of speeding time. Oh god, that was dodgy. So yeah, this is literally flat out for 20 minutes. You could go off, make a coffee, obviously keep your eye on the signals. But so far we're doing okay. So yeah, so tomorrow night we're doing 5 Circle line. Wednesday night is some Planet Coaster 2. I think me and Ethan this time. Thursday night we got some farming, where hopefully we're on probably another server, and we'll see how that goes. Not here on Friday and Saturday because we got a Discord meetup in Manchester. But we'll be back on Sunday evening with more farming and then more stuff next week. Yeah, I am liking the scenery. So 11 miles to go. God, this reminds me of the old days when I used to do like the 8-hour streams and doing Paddington's Penzance in a pacer. Just literally just sat there for hours, just flat out. There was talk when we first got the pacer that I said I would take it on a full line run on every route, but blimey, as much as I'd like the pacer, I think there are better trains out there. I quite like the 170 that we're in tomorrow. I don't think I've been on a 170 in... No, I don't. Well, I don't know. I never know what trains I'm on. As I said, I can see why they've set this in the same era as Blackpool branches, so you can leap between the two. Personally, I would have liked to have seen it a bit closer to now, even if they would have set it in like the 2010s. So we still had pacers running, because they would have been, but we also had 158s, we also had maybe some 87s were still running, but maybe had some other stuff running as well. So you'd have a mixture of both. So we have put a 390 on the route between Preston and Carlisle. Easier to drive, as we'll see, me and step change, and B, it actually seemed fine. Yes, we're definitely behind something, and we're just at the same speed as something. So as we're getting towards that yellow, it's changing to the green colour. So there's something in front of us that's also doing 80. It ain't going to be another pacer. So unless it is an 80... I don't know if anything passenger-y other than this would have come down here. It's realistic, I give it that. As I've just been saying, if it was set in a slightly different era, or even if we had a full timetable, I think that would make the difference, because some of the routes we've got that are lacking in other trains, it takes the, takes the immersion away. So I'm not knocking the route, and wait till we get to the 87. The 87 is awesome. But obviously the timetable's reduced because of older consoles. So they have to base their DLCs on the worst case scenario. Hi, McBone. Right, 6 miles away. Well, this has been... I've literally just been sat here for 10 minutes not touching the controls. So it's just flat out. Again, realistic. But I don't think we've passed any stations, so there aren't any other stops. So it's not like you could say, would this have stopped at other places? So no, it's Carnforth, Lancaster, Preston. Oh god, we're going uphill now, that's going to slow us down. Right, 5 miles to go, so it's not bad time-wise. Well, no, it's got a top speed of 75 miles an hour, which I'm exceeding. Oh no, we've got a 95 limit coming up. How will I cope? Yes, from Preston you can go to Blackpool and route hop. Did stop at Lancaster, yes. The next station, Preston, when his train terminates. No, we're not route hopping, because the Class 87 service is an hour and a half. And then if I want to do Morecambe to Lancaster as well, showing you all the bits of it, that's going to be us done, because I'm bound to be late doing the Preston to Carlisle, because it's not the easiest train to operate, let's just say that, because of the whole step change thing. Yeah, so it is a flat run between Preston and Lancaster. So it is realistic. And I do like the scenery. Alright, so 95, then an 80, 2.5 miles to go. Obviously modern stuff on here would be able to do line speed. We can't. So the journey time will be quicker nowadays. Yeah, don't forget there's a sale starts in 2 days time for a lot of the train sim world routes. Some good discounts to be had. There are no pacers on mainline service because of accessibility. Right, in we come. 5 Circle is on sale. It's actually the same price as it is today. 18 quid. I have got the sale prices. Yeah, we're doing that tomorrow. With the Leven branch. Right, so we come to Preston, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to speed up time because our train out isn't until 8:53. So rather than spend like 40 minutes here in real time, I haven't got the list in front of me, so I can't tell you. It's just Fife was one of the ones. Right, in we come. So we'll find what platform we're on. Right, into Preston. So what a bad little run. That's, you know, it's a 40-minute run. And that's only on, you know, the technically, well, you can't really call it a branch line. There we go. Right, open doors. Right. So let the passengers out here. Then we'll carry on. Find out what platform our service to Carlisle is on. So it was the 8:53. Then we'll speed up time and then wait for that to come in and then nick it. Well, take it over. Right. So return to free roam. Let's get out of here. Right, so that's 5. So Glasgow Central, platform 5. Okay, let's go up and over then. Platform 4, 8:53 to Manchester. So that's the one then, isn't it? Because we're going Preston. Is that the right way? Yeah, 8:53, platform 4. The other way. 8:55 to Edinburgh. That's on 3. Yeah, because we're going north, aren't we? Yeah, so Preston up to Carlisle. So it's the Edinburgh service then. So the 8:55 is the one we want. It's not going to be on any other platforms, is it? Going to have a look. Platform 2. And it's raining. Hang on, they're down here. Platform 1, that's going to Blackpool. That's going to Ormskirk. So no, it's platform 3 then. One going to... Get out of the way. One going to Scotland. Okay, excuse me, coming through. Train, come. I can't go up the... Okay, that's an issue. Okay. Alright, we'll do this then. Right. So what we can do is if we can give up... Oh, I haven't got God mode on. Because I'm running the race candidate. Right, we're going to have to go back to the menu then. Oh, damn it. I haven't got God mode on. Because it's a preview version. My mods aren't. My mods aren't working. Oh. That's fine. Right. West Coast Main Line. Timetable. So we go class 87. We'll go that one. So we'll take the same one though. So the 8:53. There we go. Preston to Carlisle. Well, I know that now, Harry. Thanks. Donut. I don't say donut. Harry will be looking for a donut. This is pre-release. Doesn't release till tomorrow. $799 times I've been blamed for something I haven't done. Right. Key on. Reverser into forward. God, this thing sounds good. Headlight on. Marker lights on. I know. Right. So normally here is where you just release the brakes and go. That's the train, by the way. Not in this thing. Because you've got to get up and you've got to pull this little lever here to say that this end of the train has got control. Now it'll work. Had to do the tutorial to work that one out. So yeah, we're stopping at Lancaster again, Oxenholme, Penrith and Carlisle. So yeah, this is a step change motor. So it's not a case of just pull it back and you get the power. You've got to notch it up and notch it down. It takes some getting used to. I can hear a diesel over. I can see a diesel over there. Well, no, the 101's manual. You've got to actually change gear. This isn't. I don't know how it's going to work with my throttles. I'm interested to see. Right. So, lock doors. Oh, God, don't do that. Press the button. Okay, 21 miles to Lancaster. So, I release the brakes. Which doesn't work. Oh, it's a different brake lever. Oh, God, this is going to be complicated. Okay. train brake not okay? Right, bear with me. I just need to put my key bindy thing on. There we go. Right, so brakes are off. How's this going to work? It's not. Okay, it doesn't work with a rail driver. Okay, so I've got to do this the old way then. Right, notch up. Come on. There we go. Now we're moving. So you give the throttle notches to get movement. So yeah, so it doesn't work with the rail driver because it's, whether it's because it's pre-release or not, I don't know. Now we're moving. There we go. Oh, that good see why mad. Another one there, snap. Alright, get more of the beans. Right, it's got 21 miles back to Lancaster. Oh, doesn't that sound good? Pacer! Another pacer! Because that's going to Carlisle. Who's going to do Preston to Carlisle on a pacer? Jesus Christ, that's going to be painful, surely. Right. Oh, wrong button. Right. Let's give it more of the power. I wasn't sure about this train at first. It's one of those ones, I think you've got to spend a little bit of time in it to get used to this control. So I'm currently at notch 20 out of 39, I think it is. But you've got to be careful that you don't. There we go. So that's keeping the amps in the green. Right, a bit more of the beans. So still accelerating. Right. Right, notch 39. That's all of the beans now. It does sound good. Yeah, it does. It does sound really good. I never used to be a fan of electric trains because I always found them quite like soulless. But I do kind of like this. Obviously there are routes for this. There are rail tours using the 47s. There are a lot of freight services on this route. There's some shunter action. There's steam. So I think there's actually quite a bit to do. But because of the update to 5 Circle Line, we're doing that tomorrow. To do the Leven branch. And because currently I'm the only one with this. Right, so now we're about to hit top speed. So now we go controller off, so it brings the notches all the way back down. To 0. And you can hear it, the motor's clicking. Right, and now we're just coasting. Very careful of that, those lights. We've got a green, we've got a couple of yellows. Because I can't remember what the brakes are like on this. And it's certainly going to be a bit quicker going back to Lancaster as it was when we just left there. Say this route, hour and 20 minutes from end to end in this. So I am glad we're getting slightly longer routes. So now I'll put a bit of the power back in again. Sort of notch 20. I think you have to spend a bit of time with this system to really get it off pat. But I think it's one of those that'll be quite satisfying once you've got it. So 94 mile an hour, whipping along quite nicely. 13 miles to go. Definitely got something in front of us. I don't really want to catch it up. Actually, what we'll do, we've done this, rather than do Morecambe to Lancaster, we'll do Lancaster to Morecambe, because we've been to Lancaster, well, twice. So we'll actually do Lancaster 3 times in this one stream. Right, so I'm guessing that was a neutral section, because it's just knocked the power off. But we can put it back on again. So yeah, it controls the throttles not as easy as a normal train. You don't just throttle up, throttle back, so you haven't got that precise control. Green, yeah, we've still got greens. Well, we're due into Lancaster at the 911. We've got 11 miles to go. So we're not going to be too bad on time. Give it a little bit more power. Train. 2 of them. Right, 9 miles to go. Still got that green and then a yellow. Let's just bring the power back a little bit, so I was starting to accelerate. And I don't want to be speeding. Oh, that's getting a bit rocky. So yeah, the throttle's fine when you're at speed. I think once you got used to it, you'd probably be able to accelerate away from a stop quite easily. It's just a slowing down, which I suppose you just come off the throttle and use your brakes. Just hope it now doesn't hold us outside Lancaster. Yeah, tomorrow, more Train Sim World 5, but on the 5 circle line. Doing the Leven extension. So Edinburgh to Leven, Leven back round to Edinburgh, the long way round. Wednesday night, got some Planet Coaster 2. Thursday night, some farming. Not here on Friday or Saturday this week, because we've got our Discord meetup in Manchester. But then back on Sunday evening with some more farming. And then not here next Monday. I know. Right, 5 miles. To Lancaster, due in at the 9:11. It's currently 9:09, so it might be a little bit late. It depends when it gets us to slow down. Right, still got a green and a couple of yellows. Alright, 75 coming up. Alright, I'm going to come off the power. a little bit of brake. Right, 2 miles to go. .75 and 85 and a 15 as we approach Lancaster. That's going to be the bit for me, is trying to keep this thing at low speed.
Oh, yeah.
Tony, thanks very much for the follow. Welcome to Insanity. All brakes. Right, we've got a 15. Come on. Oh, that sounds good when it slows down. Come on. Come on. I knew it'd be tricky. Didn't quite stop though. Notch 1. Let's see what that holds us as. We're a couple of minutes late. Ah, 3 minutes late. That's nothing. Right, doors open. People getting off. Right, so next is Oxenholme, then Penrith, and then Carlisle. It's just getting used to this step change. I used the cab light and got a reward. Yay! Go me! Lock doors. Okay, stop at Oxenholme. Okay, so let's release the brakes. And let's give it some beans. Let's go to 10, see how that goes. Well, it moved. I think I might have just been a little bit too much, but it's fine. We moved. 18 miles to Oxenholme. I got a 25 limit. And 90, then 100. Well, there is a green. Right. Let's start giving it a little bit more of the beans. Train. Come on. Right, there's a 25. Notch 6, notch 7, notch 8, notch 9, notch 10. Over the bridge. Right, now we can go. What's the river? But they're called the river. I don't know, they've got names. The River. You should know, you're from up north. I should be careful about applying the power now so I don't put the motors into red, because that's probably bad. The River Loon. That's not a real river. You can't come on here making up river names. I thought mine was good with River. Trent will want to call it the River Trent. Oh, hang on. Right, we're flat out now. Well, I know it's not the Avon. Other door-to-door cosmetic companies are available. I wonder if they're still going. That's River. If it is actually the Loon, is that those things that people lie on a tea tray and go down a slope? And that's a luge. It's close. Right, neutral section. Right, Oxenholme. That was quick through there. Okay, we got a green one and a couple of yellow ones. We're not like eating fruit pastels. I got some Frutella in the car for Friday's journey. The only downside is eating sweets like that is you've got to unwrap them. So my door pocket currently is full of empty Frutella wrappers. River Loon is a 53-mile length in Cumbria. Okay, so the new boy came here and gave us a fact. We can't have that. We're not here to be factual. People start expecting it. People start expecting information about the things that I'm doing and, you know, actual facts. Well, I don't know. I honestly don't know how I feel about that now. In other news, we're 13 miles from Oxenholme. Why do all the diesel trains just sit there ticking over? They're not heard of, like, turning the engines off. Oh, this seems quick. That was a slopey platform that wasn't a platform. Velocity. Hang on, I'm sure the one I was in the other day had a different name. I need to do some research. So yeah, it is a really nice route, a really nice line. And now I'm getting used to the train, a really nice train. "11 miles to go." I'm definitely following something. My thoughts are it's another train. Nine miles to go. It's actually not too bad distance-wise between the stops. Well, the two we've done anyway. So 20 miles, then 10. Don't know how long it's going to be between Oxenholme and the next place, which is Penrith. Well, it's 25 minutes between Oxenholme and Penrith. 99 red trains. That's balloons you're thinking of there, Trent. 909 Luftballon. Alright, let's take power off. So balloons, yes, trains are balloons. Icona. I noticed the other day, because the cable things, overhead lines, have to get a little bit closer when they go under the bridgey thing, that my pants lower. I drop my pants a little bit and then put them back up again. I wonder if we'll see it on this bridge. Yeah, that's quite cool. Do it again. I think it saves lowering the track or raising the bridge. Just have adjustable pants. Right, 5.9 of some miles to go. I'm slowing down. He's got to put the power back on. Hang on. Maybe we call it. It's not rapid to putting the power on. Same pants as the kid. You could keep. You might have to let them out a little bit, unless you're someone that's like the size of you or the size of Ethan. He's probably wearing the same pants that you had when he was like 6. Hey, no, farming's Thursday. Alright, 4 miles, still running a couple of minutes late, but that's because of me. I just don't want to catch up with whatever's in front of me. And the fact we're going slightly uphill now. So yes, we get this to Carlisle, and then we're going to go back to Lancaster and do the little trip down to Morecambe in the Pacer. Actually, we could do the 101. Rather than to Pacer. Right, controller off. .4 miles, which, long as it isn't just drastically uphill now, we should be fine. Right, 1.8. Right, a little bit of breakage. and into Oxenholme we come. And then it's a longer run. And yeah, still running about 3 minutes late, 4 minutes late. I think that's acceptable. Should be great for the service is running at all. Train, I don't think that's stopping. Hey, actually that wasn't a bad bit of stopping, if I say so myself. Lots of doors, many of the doors. Gold Star. Right, 25 miles now to Penrith. All right. Alright, let's put this. The 8. 8 seems to be about the good starting point. And go 15. Slightly uphill. Come on, you can do it. You know you want to. You can't just go full power. You've got to be gradual. Now we give it everything. There we go. Flat out. Notch 39. There was 39 notches. But that's the one we're in. Which version of the 39 steps though? if you're talking films. Is it the Kenneth Moore version, the Robert Donut version? Kenneth Moore one was a good one. Right, let's come off the power a little bit. Because I'm a Dovetail ambassador. I'm allowed to show it the day before release. Alright. Let's try get a little bit of speed, but stay underneath that 85. Looking a little bit rocky around here. I'm guessing the 85 limit is because of these curves, being they're quite, you know, curvy. I like the fact that back then, to couple a couple of units together, they just had the cables plugged in at the front. I like how my thing's swinging about down here. Not like a free swinging thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's a name. Oh, we didn't know where to begin. We'll call you SQ. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, Grace was good. You like the angle of the dangle, indeed. Alright, a little bit more power. We got an 80 coming up. So I definitely think we're getting a bit twisty around here now. Weaving our way through the hillside. Mountainside. The side. It does sound good. Initially, didn't like this train. Thought, no, don't like it, not a fan. I am definitely warming towards it. I even think doing some of the freight stuff on this would be interesting. I haven't looked at the scenarios either. Well, I don't normally do scenarios. I normally just do timetable runs. Just notch it down a bit. There we go. Just maintain this sort of speed. It's definitely a bit bendy and a bit bouncy. Oh. Yeah, tomorrow more trains, but on the 5 circle line, because of the release of the 11 branch extension. We're going to do that tomorrow. It's a bit of 170 diesel action tomorrow night. Wednesday got some Planet Coaster 2. Thursday back on the farm. Friday and Saturday not here. Off for our Discord meetup in Manchester. But then we're back on Sunday night with some farming. Although I'm now thinking I maybe don't farm on Sunday night, but I might do it on Monday night instead. And I may need a little rest after Manchester, so we'll see. That's some hills. and a motorway. Without any floating cars. Alright, you've got a 90. Yeah, they weren't that advanced in the 80s. No floating cars hadn't been invented. Back to the Future wasn't out then. Wow. That looks quite impressive. I am liking that. That's not a bad view from a train, is it? Alright, see if we can give it some beans now. Gonna speed up. So you got 100 coming up and then a 105 coming up. Yeah, top speed of this, well, 110, so we're good. Give it all the power. So yeah, when we get to Carlisle, I'm then going to go back to Lancaster, and we'll do a little Lancaster to Morecambe in a 101. Very empty motorway. Alright, so we should get the 105. That's a neutral. So that knocks our power off. Speed hasn't gone to 105 yet, despite the fact we passed a 105. Speed's dropping a bit now. Yeah, in reality, you'd go into neutral before you got to those neutral sections, so a driver would know where they were. I haven't got a clue. So I've got to notch it all the way back up through the power. There we go. I'm liking this. I honestly say I didn't think it was a great route, and I even said so in the Discord that it was like the UK version of Antelope Valley, but I'm actually really liking it. I likened it to East Coast Main Line, that it was just one straight bit of track, but it's not. I like the twistiness. I'm really liking the loco. And I think if people do generate a full timetable mod for it, and maybe add in some modern stuff, I think it would make it a really interesting route. Yeah, it's only 5 stations on the main bit anyway, But yeah, I'm liking the scenery. I'm liking the fact that it's just not a non-stop straight bit of track. Hi, Rich. So yeah, it's definitely a grower. Oh, we're back to future speed. Oh, I'm loving the audio of this thing. I tell you that we got on 90. It's like I planned it. You wait till I apply the brakes. It takes some getting used to. Slowing down was difficult, and then trying to maintain a slow speed. But I think once you spent a bit of time with it, I think you would get to anticipate the braking and the fact that it takes a while to notch down. Right, so we got 90, then a 95. So we're okay on that. Blimey, that should be less than 90 round there. All the passengers will be on one side of the flipping carriage. Yeah, it does need a bit more life on the tracks. That does sound good. Alright, 10 miles to go. We got an 80 in 2 miles. This almost feels too quick through here. Yeah, I definitely think this is a reduced timetable for this route. In reality, I think along here you'd see more stuff, even back then. Alright, get the speed down a little bit. Well, yeah, I suppose. But there is a reduced timetable on the old console version. Oh, that got a bit bouncy. Come on. Right, 7.5 miles now to Penrith.
Oh, yeah.
London buses 132. Thanks for the follow. It was on that tram bus thing on Saturday. That's a weird thing. It's not a tram bus, it's a bus. Going to be on some actual... Actually, I was on a tram as well. Did end up on an tram. Right. Yeah, I'm liking the curviness of this. It's not just a flat out run like you get on East Coast Main Line. In fact, you've got the little branch bits with the pacer as well, or the 101. If you don't have black ball branches. But don't forget, if you do have black ball branches, you can route hop from Preston. Been watching my YouTube. Why? Why would you do that? Let me guess. OMSI. I haven't played OMSI since August. Maybe I should. I used to do, at one point I think I was doing like 3 OMSI videos a week when I first started doing OMSI. That's what started the YouTube channel. Madness. I really know how to sell it. Look, if people want to be part of the community and join along, then fantastic, brilliant, welcome on board. If they don't, oh well. How much is this? It's not out yet. It's not out till tomorrow. I want to say it's 35 quid, 33 quid. If I was a professional, I'd know how much it was, but you know, I'm not. So it's an amount of money. Somewhere between like 30 and like £400, something like that. Right, 4 miles. 39.99. Yeah, in what currency though, Trent? That could be Australian dollars. So euros. So the currency you decided to go with was euros. Weirdo. Well, it's the longest route they've done. I met Trent before. I'm spending like multiple hours with him again this weekend. Well, pretty much just all day Saturday, but that's enough. That'll be about 14 hours in the company of Trent. That's enough. Harry's going to spend like 3 days straight. Motorway again. Right, let's do some more of the braking then. Get ourselves down for that 75. And then 2 miles to Penrith. Harry's the worst deal. Watch the beginning of yesterday's farming stream where it was just me and Trent. He's not just got one screw loose. I don't know if he's got any screws in. This does sound good on slowing down. This will go on YouTube in a couple of weeks' time, probably. No one to get this far. No one will probably get as far as the 87. That actually went fairly quickly, that dash. I think it's 20 odd miles, 25 miles. Over the motorway again. Alright, 600 yards, speed 38, we're okay. Right, into Penrith. Never been up here. I have played Train Sim Tycoon before it was officially released. I don't... I promise I can't stream it because I can't start from the beginning again. So all I can do is rebuild my station. It's on a list of things. It's not something that Dovetail are promoting overly. So one day. Right. We have arrived at Penrith. Quite a bit of time as well, just under 2 minutes late. So our next and final stop then is Carlisle. Door. No, really? Oh, that's blur. Thank you. Stop in Carlisle. Okay. Did I shut the doors then? No, they're still open. Well, I can't stop in Carlisle until I close the doors, can I, you stupid fool? Should be drive off with the doors open. Right. Brakes. Right. 8. Yeah, let's get going. Right, 17 miles. I've got a 110 limit in front of us. So then we go back to Lancaster and jump in the 101. Really? I'm accelerating and you give me a neutral section. So now I've got to accelerate again. I can't drive the 101. But I thought I'd do that rather than the Pacer. I did the Pacer earlier. There we go. Right, go. Power. Yeah, I wasn't a fan when I jumped in this thing on Friday night. I was like, oh no, I don't like that. Did a bit of the route on Saturday. Was like, not sure. Didn't do the whole route in all fairness. But having done it now, yeah, I like it. And I think a bit of time in this train, it'll be better. Yeah, it's problem is using a keyboard in the 101. It's taking the throttle off, changing the gear, putting the throttle on. I really need to map the gear change if I can to my throttle. So if I was to do the 101 more, I can map buttons to it to change gear. But because I'm using just keys, it's difficult. Right, so 15 miles then. When this thing gets going, it's fine. Jesus Christ, like 20 questions. I've got no plans to do OMSI. I don't think I'll be doing OMSI this year. I've pretty much worked out my streaming schedule between now and the end of the year. And OMSI isn't on it. Let's bring the power off. Alright, 13 miles. It's actually gone quite quickly. Because the whole route's been broken up by those few stops. It makes it more interesting. Okay, I'll give it a bit of power then. Drive the Class 87 for 87 miles. I do like that pantograph. That came down really low then as well. Freight train. Blimey, it actually feels quite quick through here. Yeah, could you just stop with all the questions, please? What's the next DLC? I think it's going to be Manchester, but there's been no word on exactly when that is. There's going to be some announcements from Dovetail throughout December of things. So we'll find out more in December. But I'm hoping Manchester. I'm looking forward to that because we'll be going on that route on Saturday. And obviously coming up at some point between now and when Train Sim World 6 releases, we're going to get Cardiff branches. And I do like going to Cardiff for a sandwich. Right, so 7 miles to Carlisle. And go for a Simone. Simone? What? A Simone? No. You've lost me there, Trent. Victual. Victual? No. Try again. Virtual. Oh, so a Sim one. Okay, not a Simone. You missed a space out there. So rather than going to Cardiff for a sandwich, I can virtually go to Cardiff for a sandwich. Probably won't be able to see the Sainsbury's, isn't it, at Cardiff Bay though. Oh god, 85 limit. Braking. I thought it was a kitty, not a dog. Six, 85. Right, brakes off. I am liking, I know, again, realistic, but the curviness of this is where it's actually got something up on the East Coast main line. It's a bit of a bendy one. And yeah, a really enjoyable route, which I didn't think it was going to be. Over the motorway again. Definitely not many other trains on the route. It'll be interesting to see if this is a real timetable, whether they've just put a timetable in and removed some services. It is very desolate. The tram bus was one of the best buses I've ever been on. Probably the best bus I've ever been on. as far as comfort, quietness, airiness. Compared to the other crap that I went on throughout the course of the day. It's not a tram, it's a bus. It's just a weird looking bus. Right, braking into Carlisle. Okay, there's about to be a little bit of speeding. There we go. Yeah, I did do. Well, it was a 20 limit. And then, that's what I mean, it's just judging the braking, especially when you want to just slow down, not stop. It's judging the braking and then using the step change to get back on the power. But again, I think with a bit of practice, you'd nail it. Into Carlisle, where there are pacers. And 101s. Right, so we've done Carnforth to Lancaster. We've done Preston to Carlisle via Lancaster. Now we're going to do Lancaster to Morecambe. I do like it. I wasn't sure at the beginning, but yeah, doing a full run in it. Morecambe, is that by the sea? I haven't even looked around the carriages in this yet. Maybe I'll have to do a second stream. Oi, kick me out of my seat. Blimey. Right. Let's go back to the menu. Right. So, yeah, you get the 87. If you've got Blackpool branches, you've got routes for the 142. If not, then they're routes for the 101. We got some Flying Scotsman stuff, a couple of rail tours, Preston to Carlisle, so you can do that. I'm guessing it's going to be the same thing. Yeah, same thing in the Jubilee. Shunter action, shunt the light locomotive around Preston. So a bit of shunter action in the yard. The big shunter, you've got a Preston to Morecambe, Morecambe to Carnforth, and then Curragh to Preston. So an hour and a half in the big shunter from Curragh to Preston. That'll keep you happy, Rich. In the 31, it's mail stuff. So some mail services, Preston to Carnforth, and a little bit of shunting work, and a bit of rail tour action. In the 37, cement train, Carlisle to Preston, 2 hours 11 minutes. Blimey, at 3:13 in the morning. That'd be quite nice in the summer. Long route with the sun coming up. In the 40, a bit of shunting action. 2 hour 54. Upper B to Preston. That's got to be a lot of stopping. In the 45, similar sort of thing, I should imagine. Yeah, a bit of shunting about. And then the 47, yeah, rail tour stuff. So what we're going to do is do the 101. Hang on, what scenarios? Oh God, have we got? 2 hour 25 minute. Operate a liner train from Kingmore to Preston in the 87. 2 hour 25 minutes. Shunter action. Hour and a half. Christmas relief train Preston to Carlisle in the snow. Operate a round trip on the 101, Carnforth to Morecambe, and then rescue a failed service in the 47. To rescue an 87 in the 47. So that'd be quite interesting to do. Right. But what we'll do to finish is we'll do Lancaster to Morecambe, which is only 12 minutes. So we've done some pacer. We've done the 87. And there's some good stuff to come. Don't forget, we have got the Manchester commuter network coming at some point. We have got Cardiff coming at some point. Reverser into forward. Window, unlock doors. There we go. Right, light, power light on. Right marker right, left marker white. Destination light on. There we go. Right, so we've got manual gearbox now. So we're stopping at Bear Lane and Morecambe. I don't know what's coming to Manchester Airport 1. I haven't really got any information on it yet. I'm guessing whatever's running on it now. Which we're going on Saturday. Bear Roar. I'm going to start off in second. Oh, isn't that those revs drop? Oh, sounds quite nice, doesn't it? Right, lock doors. Right, brakes released. And off we go. Hello, passengers. Right, into third. Who is Sim and why are you driving a train on his world? He's a nice guy. He's coming around for a cup of tea after the stream. And he's a rich guy. He's a rich guy. I know you need to drive the engine to hit a rev limiter. I'm not doing that, clearly. I'm out for a bimble. Leave me alone. Well, you're annoying. I'm just saying. I really need to map some buttons to that if I'm going to drive. I really like this. It's a faff for me doing the gear change with the keyboard and the mouse. Right, so Bear Lane and then Morecambe. So yeah, if you haven't got Blackpool branches, you only get the 101 to use with this route. I'm not pressing buttons for the gears, I'm using the joystick, the mouse, here. I don't mind Somerset as long as you've had a few ciders. Yeah, last time I had proper cider from down that way, I'm sure my head was soft. Past signal. When did I pass the... There was a red light, wasn't there? Is it now going to put you back in the... Oh, for God's sake. Right, there's a red light down this track. And to really annoy Richard now, I'm just going to leave it in fourth. Right, watch out for the red light. Right, so we've got a yellow. I love the noise of... See, It's not the same, is it, with continuously welded track? Right, if we ever get to this yellow. Bouncy, bouncy. Right. There's a red down here. Right, which this time I'm not going to run. I'm guessing it's a junction where we come off, maybe? Right, we've gone green. Yeah. So whether we're waiting for someone else to go ahead of me, yeah. Right, so 25. So off down here, yeah. Oh, it sounds so good. I do miss that noise. Exactly. Non-welded track. A little bit of speeding. That was weird. Going for 2 to 1, and then back to 2 again. There we go. Unlock doors. Welcome to this place. And then on to our final stop of Morecambe. .6 miles away. So not a very long bit of branch line. Yeah, I should have come off the throttle really, but oh well. I'm not paying the maintenance bills. Alright, 1.2 miles to Morecambe. So 45 limit. Then we've got a 50. Oh God, is Morecambe on fire? So 15 through here. And a slow bimble in. We could speed up again, I suppose, but another 15 again. Right, platform 2. Definitely a bit of an overcast, misty sort of day in Morecambe. Just about make out what I'm guessing is some sort of fun fair over there and a Ferris wheel. But the weather has turned. Can't be that busy a station anymore, surely. Can't tell me all of these platforms get used. Obviously loco haul stuff comes in here because they got running around points. Yep, thank you. We have arrived. And to prove it, here we are. You can get off now. We've that's a hairdo. We've arrived in. Can I just? Oh, I can't pull my blind down. Done. And there we go. We are done. For a line that I was skeptical, I can't even words. For a line that I was skeptical about, and the train that I didn't think I'd like, or Loco, I actually really enjoyed that. It's one I will be coming back to again, but not tomorrow, because tomorrow we're doing 5 Circle Line because of the addition to 11 branch. We're doing that tomorrow. So class 170 time tomorrow, Edinburgh to 11. Back round to Edinburgh the long way round. That's tomorrow night. Wednesday is going to be Planet Coaster 2. Thursday's farming. I say not here Friday and Saturday this week because off to Manchester for the Discord meetup, and then back on maybe Sunday or Monday. I'll confirm for some more farming and then more stuff next week. So there we go. Thanks to you lot in chat for keeping me company for the last 2.5 hours. Hopefully the 87 wasn't too painful to watch. Thanks to London Buses, Squall and Tony for following. And there we go. I'll be back tomorrow night with company. Feels weird doing a stream on my own. Until then, if you have been, thanks very much for watching.